You know, I want to talk about the power of positive determination. The power of positive determination. In this walk of life, sometimes there are things that you intended to do or you want to do, but the challenges and the obstacles that comes your way makes you feel like giving up, or the people around you telling you it's not going to be possible. For instance, we had a Bible story that there was a woman that had an issue of blood for 12 years. And this woman with the issue of blood, it didn't start and just end in a day. The Bible let us understand that this woman spent everything she ever owed on physicians, and yet she grew worse. She grew worse. She bled for 12 whole years, and there was no solution. It looked as if every time she tried to do something, things were just getting from bad to worse. But then she had a thought. She said, I heard about Jesus, who is going about, healing all sorts of sicknesses. Yes, I know my situation may look terrible or bad right now, but what I'm going to do is that I'm going to give Jesus a chance, or should I say, I'm going to give Jesus a try. And this woman purposed in her heart that not a man or beast will stop her from reaching to Jesus. She purposed in her heart, she made up her mind, regardless of who stands in her way, she would definitely get to Jesus. So you see, it's very important for us to determine. You may have some plans in place that, did not fall through as you expected it from the very word go. But who say you have to stop? You don't have to. This woman was bleeding for so many years, and she was oozing. Life was oozing out of her. She was basically losing life every single day for 12 years for a woman to bleed. But one thing I like about her is her power of, determination, her tenacity, her relentless spirit, not giving up on herself, not saying, I have spent all my money and nothing seems to be working for me. People are telling me when I'm coming, they hold their nose and say I'm clean. And she became like a ridicule, basically. People were looking down on her, laughing at her, mocking her. I don't know what that woman was going through. That's my own touch to it. It's the same way, in our everyday life. Sometimes a relationship breaks up and you look as if, that's the end of the world. Sometimes it's a career you started, it didn't go through as you expected it to be. Sometimes it's some friendships that break up, you didn't know why. But one thing you have to do is to keep positive, focus on what you want to do. The end result for that woman, we understood that, Jesus on his way to the house of Jairus, this woman intercepted Jesus on the way. She just became like, a tough person. She had a mind. She was tough. She was not going to take a no for an answer because she was tired, sick and tired of the situation she found herself in. So she decided, with all the disciples around and all the crowd struggling and everything, say, I'm not even going to call Jesus' attention. I'm not going to do anything. But rather, what I would do is I'll creep in and then just touch the hem of his garment. And I know the power of positive determination. She said, I know if I touch him, I'll be well. And indeed she did. She touched Jesus with, a faith that has not been normal and, unusual faith. She touched the hem of Jesus' garment. And the Bible says immediately virtue went out of Jesus, and instantly the issue of the blood ceased, and she felt it in herself, and Jesus felt in his spirit, somebody has touched me with such a great faith. So he turned around and looked and said, who touched me? And the disciples, as usual, Peter, the spokesperson. But Master, you see all these people trogging here, and you say, who touched me? I said, who touched me? And the woman came trembling, knowing what was done in her life. Said, it is I. Are you that man or that woman that the Lord is going to single out? Or your power of determination, not giving up on yourself and what God has put in your heart? Especially when you have dreams and, aspirations and visions, and circumstances of life make it look like it's shattered, that we don't know where to go or what to do again. Do we give up on God? Do we give up on our dreams? Do we just say, my faith is not big enough? The Bible said if your faith is like a little mustard seed, you'll move a mountain. So my dear, chin up, cheer up, trust God. Don't lose your currency on this journey of life, faith. Yes, and your hope in God's word. Hope, faith, they are companions we need on this journey of life. So I will encourage you, keep your dreams alive, keep your vision alive, be determined, be relentless. Don't allow anybody to say you cannot do it. With the help of the Lord and the power of determination, you will make it. Make sure you don't give up on God, because whenever you meet him, he will change situations. He will perfect everything that concerns you, regardless of how long the situation has been on for. Jesus, the healer, is at hand. Just like the woman with the issue of blood, determined and purpose in her heart, if only I touch the hem of his garment, I know all will be well. And I trust the Lord too, because I know over and over again, he has saved me through many trials, tribulations, and challenges. If I'm still here to tell the story, just like the woman with the issue of blood, you also remember not to give up, not to give in, because the Lord got you back. And you know what is best for you. Once you touch the hem of his garment, everything will work perfectly for your good. Trust God.